Hello, my name is Matt Calder. I'm a wood turner, wood sculptor from East Devon. I turn and sculpt hollow forms and bowls and wall sculptures from East Devon timbers, preferably green, unseasoned timbers, beech and sycamore. It's the unpredictability of the wood as it dries, which is something that I really embrace and something I really like working with. The forms themselves can be very sort of sensual, they can be very sort of round, but as they dry, they'll change shape and they'll balloon out, and I really like that sort of organic process after you've sort of worked with it. The nurture forms that I make, the pieces that have pieces inside, were very much inspired by my wife's pregnancy, and things inside things inside things. I really like the idea of peeling back onions, and that analogy of peeling back an onion and getting to the core of it. But there is something deeply sensual about working wet timber in particular. You've got the moisture of the timber coming off and sort of hitting you. The smells are that much more heightened as well. So yeah, it's a very sort of visceral process, I think, with green timber. Very, very different to working dry wood, which can be very sort of dusty and not anywhere near so much fun. There is a rhythm and there is a pulse to making pieces like this, which and I like working fast, and I always feel the best pieces are pieces that are made quickly, that aren't sort of contrived. They're a natural sort of flow, you're working with the material, you're working with the characteristics of the wood and the character of the wood as well. Different woods have got very different characters. And if you're in a zone and you're working fast, then a piece can be very spontaneous. And it's the same with music as well. I think a good piece of music is quick, is made quickly. I think if you retrace yourself over it, it can become very sort of stilted. And so yeah, I'm a bit of a speed freak when it comes to that sort of thing. I like things to happen, fairly quickly. I think the universe likes speed, and I kind of go with that. Yeah. So a lot of the tools that I use, I made myself because when I first started turning, they just weren't commercially available. So I had to fabricate my own tools together that had the weight and the depth of cut that I needed for the bigger pieces. So after floundering from leaving art college in the sort of mid-80s, I was left a wood lathe by my grandfather, and it kind of all sort of grew from there, really. Roughly the same time I got really interested in ceramics and the discipline behind Japanese ceramics in particular. And after turning the initial sort of turning of apples and pears and the sort of thing that your average wood turner does, I realised that was pretty frustrating, and I realised that I really wanted to turn pieces that had content, pieces that actually left part of yourself in it. And I realised actually that I wasn't a particularly good potter, but I could turn wood, so I decided to do sort of clay forms out of wood. So when I first started turning, I was referencing ceramics far more than I was any wood working and any wood turning. I mean, wood turning back then wasn't really recognised as so much as a form of expression.